I need a change. You've been cold to me too many times. You're wasting money. You're a leaker. So I'm replacing you with a new Navien tankless water heater. No more cold shoulders, no more leaks. Just spa-like comfort and Navien peace of mind. And oh, I want you out today.
When you're ready for a change, ask your plumber about Navien or visit tanklessmadesimple.com.
Count on Navien.
So I just left the house to go pick up my kids, and 10 minutes later, I got a motion alert from Ring. My alarm was going off. I opened up my app, and there's this guy running out the front door. I didn't know who he was. Before I could do anything, I got a call from Ring.
This is Jordan with Ring Alarm Monitoring. I'll send the police right over.
My name's Nadine, and Ring helped save my house from a break-in.
Protect your home today with Ring Alarm. Go to ring.com/safety. That's ring.com/safety.
Hey, Ola, it's Miles. Thank you guys for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast.
Have you heard our newest podcast? It's called The Greatest Story Never Told.
Download it today on radio.com. Be sure to subscribe. New episodes are uploaded every Tuesday at noon.
Unfortunately, what you're about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright, or what some people would call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. And all have played doctors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the Men's Room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the Men's Room.
Hey, away we go. Welcome to Season 15, Episode number 3,343. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill, the Ted Smith, and Mike Hawk. And you are in the Men's Room. On tap today, the unbelievably unexciting return of Bad Choice Friday. We will play Ted versus the FCC, plus headlines of Men's Room Shout of the Day, fun with listener emails, and everyone's favorite, TV Time with Ted.
Clack. You're going to drive.
All right, here we go. A woman finds out that her husband is having an affair with her mom when caught by their son. Meanwhile, a D.C. carjacker brings back a car after realizing that raising a 2-year-old wouldn't be very much fun. To Pennsylvania, where video shows a bear riding on top of a garbage truck. A man admits that that joke about a bomb on the plane, that really did suck. And a drunk woman gets into a fight in the frozen food aisle of Kroger. That is all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right. You go to the store, you go to the restaurant, you just want to get what you want to get without drama. But it doesn't always work out that way. We start at 7-Eleven in Florida, where a woman was arrested for masturbating at the front doors. You just wanted to get a Slurpee, but no, instead, you had to deal with a lady finger painting the deposit box.
Oh, no.
I looked that one up. And we stay in Florida, but this time, let's go to Walmart. Let's get away from 7-Eleven. Let's go to Walmart. Oh, no masturbating women inside, but there's a man who was caught on camera masturbating in the toy section. Police are still trying to find him, so maybe we should just head back to 7-Eleven, where a different man was caught shucking the corn at the convenience store, but at least he had the decency to also steal another man's wallet. See, that way he wasn't only disgusting. Now, all these stories come out of Florida. They'd never do that kind of thing in New York. No, in New York, they might poop on the floor of the frozen food section in the grocery stores, or at least one woman did. She was caught on video, but not caught by the authorities. But look, not everyone is disgusting when you leave your home. Some people, of course, they like to resort to violence. There's a 40-year-old woman in Nashville. She likes to get drunk and routinely picks fights at Kroger or the Waffle House, where employees fight customers. And sometimes people just want to ruin your time by doing things like dancing shirtless on your dinner table. That also happened in Florida. The point of all this is this. We've all been out of the house. We just wanted to do what we wanted to do, and somebody that we share this planet with either made it weird, made it uncomfortable, made it funny, wasn't expected. Today's question is this. What happened in the establishment/store?
Be a part of the Big Show. Call 206-421-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Men's Room Live. Text 77999 and send those emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com.
No one thinks about their old hot water heater until they run out of hot water.
Oh, no.
Or until it starts leaking.
Oh, no.
If your tank water heater is over 8 years old, a leak could cost you a lot more than higher energy bills. Consider upgrading to a Navien tankless water heater. No tank to heat or leak. And endless hot water for spa-like comfort. All backed by Navient's strong warranty. Navien turns...
Oh, no.
...into...
Oh, yes.
Visit tanklessmadesimple.com.
So we were both at work.
We started getting these notifications from Ring. I'm just like, I checked my camera, and there are these two guys trying to break into my house. I hit the siren on my alarm, and I immediately get this call from Ring.
Would you like for us to go ahead and send the police?
And I'm like, yeah, absolutely.
We just wanted to secure our home. My name is Ina.
And I'm Rohit. And with Ring Alarm, I stopped the break-in on my phone.
Protect your home today with Ring Alarm. Go to ring.com/away.
Professional monitoring requires a Ring Protect subscription.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
All the tolls and away we go. Welcome to season 15, episode number 3,343. What a large and in charge program we have for you today on a Positive Friday. Positive Friday. We took a little week off last week on Ted versus the FCC. Steve and I were up way late last night, not only cleaning the studio, but coming up with some new tongue twisters for Ted. So the exciting return today of Ted versus the FCC is coming up. And thanks to you, the Rockaholic, our Kicks for Kids Day was a huge success yesterday. Grand total as of sometime last night, $36,095, and the most important 13 cents ever. Keep in mind, if you head to KISW.com, you can still donate now. They can still use your donations. We appreciate it.
No pie to the face today, however.
No, we're not doing that anymore. We've got some cleaning to do, apparently.
Still.
In
those things aren't going away, man.
Great day, though, either way. Thank you, everybody who took the time to donate for Kicks for Kids, for Mary's Place. It was a hell of a day, to be honest with you. I'm a little bit exhausted today from the whole ordeal. Feeling a little bit tired and sluggish, but it's a Positive Friday. And we will move on. And not only did we accomplish great things yesterday here for Mary's Place, we also accomplished great things for ourselves personally. One of those things being that our own Sergeant Hair Club is going to eat a Big Mac value meal.
He sent me another email today.
With
he
fries
is
and a
very,
That's great.
Very excited about it. And more importantly, he said he believes his body wants it.
That's exactly right.
I heard he has a new nickname.
What's that?
Special Sauce.
Oh, no way.
Oh,
yeah.
I wish he told me, because I would have addressed him as Special Sauce.
I'll put him in my phone that way now.
Yeah.
Special sauce.
Oh, it's a sauce man.
Watch out. It's a sauce man.
Zap. You want that? Better with sauce. Anything you got? Better with sauce. Poutine. Better with gravy. Yeah. So, not only do we get that done, which is just huge, because this is going to be so fun to watch him throw up right afterwards.
Who's that, Sauce Man?
Yeah, Sauce Man. We'll get extra special sauce in that Big Mac.
Sauce that baby up.
Shockingly enough, Ryan Castle, he agreed that we could bring back...
You know it's Bad Choice Friday. It's Bad Choice Friday. You know it's Bad Choice Friday. Hey, man, this is your fault.
That's right. This is your fault for giving all that money. This is your fault. So here's what we're going to do. We played some of these before, but it's been years. We like to hear them again. We get this story today. A 59-year-old guy named Donald Presswood. He broke into a senior apartment complex in Fontana, California earlier this week. All right. He seemed drunk and said he was looking for his girlfriend. Then he busted into his girlfriend's 81-year-old mother's room. He started attacking her while she was in her wheelchair, and then she yelled for help. And then a 67-year-old woman named Lorenza Marugu heard her 2 floors up. It turns out that she trains in jiu-jitsu. She has from 1981 to 2007. She's still got some skills. Damn. She had a black belt. She calls herself Lady Ninja. And she said she used to train every single day to Eye of the Tiger. She ran down to the apartment, saw Donald going after her elderly neighbor, and she attacked. She bent his fingers back to get him off her friend, then elbowed him in his sternum and took him down to the ground, grabbed his crotch, and held him until the cops got there. She's 4'11", 100 pounds. Donald's 5'10", 170. He was arrested. in honor
Damn.
of lovely Lorenzo there.
Yeah.
One of your choices today is Eye of the Tiger for Survivor on a Bad Choice Friday. And then, of course, we're just going to bring back a Ted favorite. Why? Because we want to crank it up and Ted wants to hear it.
Damn right I do.
So, Bad Choice Friday is back.
What a song.
One of these two tunes we'll play for you right after the shot of the day. Here is how you vote, most importantly, on Bad Choice Friday. Follow the Men's Room on Twitter at Men's Room Live. We've got the poll up there. You go vote. It's quite simple. We will drink a toast with a shot of the day into the weekend, and then right after that, whichever one wins, that's what we play on Bad Choice Friday.
Just that easy.
Just that easy.
Danger Zone.
Very excited. Danger Zone.
Oh,
from Kenny
Tiger,
Loggins,
man. Come on.
And Eye of the Tiger from Survivor. So those are your... It's going to be a tough race today. Those are both great songs. It's Friday afternoon. The sun's shining. Why not, you know?
All right, Ted, question.
What up?
Would you rather be a fighter pilot, you're going up against Russian MiGs flying into the danger zone, or would you rather have to fight Mr. T in a boxing ring?
Oh, Russian MiGs.
Yeah, I agree.
Simple.
Yep.
Even today.
Believe it or not, we start our...
just said I'm old. Don't mean I can't hit.
We start our story today at 7-Eleven. Ironically enough, Steve and I were in 7-Eleven earlier today as we
today.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
and it was everything you'd expected.
Pizza?
Yes,
Got pizza, cigarettes. I got an orange soda.
2 energy
and,
drinks,
Yeah.
ready to rock.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. So we got stocked up, but
Jesus.
it was exactly the 7-Eleven experience that you think it's going to be.
Before we even walked in, before we even got in the door, there's a strange-looking little man outside. He's talking to another less strange-looking little man, and all I hear of the conversation is, "Man, I never have any money." And his buddy says, "Stop smoking."
Yeah, he's like, you can't smoke if you don't have any money to buy smokes. So that's how we walk in to 7-Eleven, and the debauchery.
Had to get out of the way of the wheelchair guy.
But we get on
Coming
to
through.
Not nearly as crazy as what happened at a 7-Eleven in Florida, as customers there were treated to a lewd display by a 28-year-old woman who allegedly exposed and pleasured herself at the front door of the convenience store. Vanessa Lee Jones did intentionally, quote, masturbate by the police report while outside the
Does
7-Eleven.
anyone unintentionally masturbate? I don't know what I'm doing.
This is a beautiful St. Petersburg, Florida. It's a wonderful little beach community. Seen there, Jones, who's, doesn't look too crazy.
Yes, she does.
Was arrested for, would you?
Yes.
Okay, there he is. That's all I'm saying. Yes, you would. She was arrested for lewd and lascivious exhibition.
Yeah, come on.
Which is a felony since she allegedly continuously rubbed her vagina in the presence of a minor. Jones, cops say, was observed by the child's uncle, who video recorded the incident.
Oh, did he?
And then passed it
For
on
evidence.
passed it on to his friends and then law enforcement. Jones, who denied engaging in any illicit behavior, she's locked up in a county jail on $10,000 bond. In recent months, she's been convicted of trespassing and possession of synthetic marijuana. So,
I'm trying to think. The only public place I've seen someone openly masturbating was a public library.
In a public library?
Yeah, the Baltimore Enoch Pratt Public Library in downtown Baltimore. And
That's a lovely, it's a really nice
It's this beautiful
library.
Beaux Arts
Yeah, it really
building.
is.
It's very historical, and there's a man masturbating.
Yeah.
Sitting in the periodical section, by the way.
We'll change course here a little bit because we've got plenty of masturbation stories and other stories. But 40-year-old Cora Henning was charged with public intoxication after police responded to a brawl in the frozen food section of a Kroger, and she admitted to being drunk. Metro Nashville officers responded to the Kroger. When police arrived, both parties denied fighting, but Cora freely admitted to being drunk. Officers observed that she had slurred speech, red watery eyes, and was unsteady on her feet, according to the affidavit. She is, quote, the daily drunk on the Kroger property, according to the manager. She was arrested and charged with public intoxication. Her bond was set at $100.
Wow.
I can only do
$100.
Call the bail bondsman.
The
You got to
case-
spot me the $90.
The case was dismissed, by the way.
Yeah.
The
If
case
it's
was
$100 bond, there's a good chance your case will be dismissed.
Exactly. But you don't go to the grocery store. Kroger on the East Coast is the equivalent to Fred Meyer here on the West Coast. Fred Meyer's a little bit nicer. Some of them have more superstores and stuff like that. Kroger's the same deal. Matter of fact, if you buy some Fred Meyer food, it might have like a Kroger generic label on it. It's the same exact store. So that is that. And Ted, we always like to bring up the story. Not that it's a great story, but there is a convenience store that's pretty much exclusively in the Baltimore area called Royal Farms.
Correct. Delicious chicken.
Yeah, they have like a sandwich shop in there, like a little counter in there. It's basically, your typical 7-Eleven, but a little bit more deli-style food.
Right.
So they got
they got like a hot bar.
They got a hot bar and a counter.
Right, and they're kind of famous for the chicken.
Yeah,
and they're
famous
also
for the
famous
chicken.
for late at night. You're drunk, you go in there and you get a they like rip the chicken apart and then put it in a sub.
Mm-hmm. Sure, and that's the thing. 3:00 in the morning. This is a gas station convenience store. Typically,
Yeah.
they are open. They are serving food. You find a lot of people in there that you would typically like at a Waffle House in Florida, except for that's a restaurant. But the idea of the clientele and the timing is about the same. So
Yeah.
it's a late night crowd. It can be a late night crowd. People go there all the time.
Right, but when it's 1:45, 2 a.m. and everybody's just left the bar, it turns into a late night crowd.
Exactly. And was that the time that your buddy was in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'd been drinking at PJ's. Well, I hadn't been with him that night.
All right.
But right, everybody's drinking at the bar next door, and this was just tradition at for everybody that lived or went to Hopkins, you go in there, and he was like me. He was just kind of hung out with buddies up there. So the sub's taking forever to get made. And I guess it's like the guy's first night or whatever. So my buddy starts chirping him a little bit, like, come on, man, hurry up. So the guy starts chirping back, and then more words are exchanged, and the guy behind the counter is like, do you want to go outside? So my buddy's like, sure. So the guy walks out from behind the counter. My buddy opens the front door, and before he can make it all the way out, the guy working there stabbed him.
In the back?
Yeah, and collapsed his lung. He stabbed him like 7 times.
God.
Oh, yeah, he
I didn't
stabbed
realize-
him like 7 times.
Wow.
Because he was using the big knife.
It's funny when it's one stab.
no.
I didn't realize it was that many times.
Right, like a...
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Over a sandwich.
And what? So your buddy gets rushed to the hospital?
Yeah, I mean, he almost died. Again, his lung collapsed.
Do you know what kind of sub he wanted?
He wanted the famous chicken sub.
Oh, he did.
Right,
So
because
it
they
was
would
that
put
sub.
hot sauce and ranch on it. I mean, we all ordered the same sub all
All
the time.
right, okay. So you knew which one he was getting.
Yeah, now I don't know what cheese he got on it.
Okay.
But he got stabbed for
I don't
it.
think he got to the cheese point.
No chance he got stabbed. But also, that's that dude's first night.
Yeah.
And he stabbed a man.
And only.
Yeah. Like, why not just say, F it, I quit, or I'm not going to make your sub? No, he stabbed
He
him.
didn't like your buddy.
One of the favorite things I kind of...
Well, in that neighborhood, like, right, we were on North Calvert.
Right, it's very transitional.
That's a great word for
It is. I mean, you go from one tax bracket to the other. And keep in mind, the wealthier of the two tax brackets is not wealthy. It's just middle class, right? And then there's, within 2 blocks, you are in one of the most terrifying parts of Baltimore you could imagine being in.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I mean, honestly.
So I don't know what part the Royal Farms guy was from, but
I can guess.
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that it was that extreme, but I think the one... I think the one...
He seriously almost died.
I know. I think the one that shocked me lately the most it wasn't nearly on that level by any stretch of the imagination, but it was one that I just couldn't believe was happening. So relatives are in town. The one night is the nice dinner night.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So
Is that obligatory?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know,
like,
it's
man,
a nice
I
dinner
don't-
night. I mean, everything
Well,
else
like
is
the tab
great.
lands on you because, like, I'm letting you stay in my place and
Right.
I'm picking up the tab.
And trust me, in my mind, Pagliacci's, Zell night, Red Mill Burger night,
Those
just
are
as
good
equally
nights.
great. You know what I mean? But you got to take them to the nice restaurant. So,
Oh, here's a restaurant I don't go to ever.
what if we do one nice dinner? Okay, let's do one nice dinner. All right, I'll do one nice dinner. So
But I don't eat sushi.
we go.
God
I hate that.
almighty.
That's the one. That
Well, you came to Seattle, you son of a bitch.
Going to Japanese. Shut up.
Just eat it.
They got dumplings.
They got fried crab. Just eat that then. So we go to this nice restaurant, and we are probably there for, I think the drinks got there.
All right.
But there's a 4 table in front, kind of right diagonal to us, and this is down on the water, and it is a very nice restaurant. There's a piano playing. It's that place, right? And, you know,
I love that. I used to love that place.
It's not, and the
But
guy
they never play a song you want to hear.
No, we don't. He does. He plays.
No, he does.
He plays Freebird. He plays everything. Man, this guy.
It's on a classical piano. You don't realize that he's playing rock songs.
You're like, oh my god,
I'm
he's
not
playing-
tracking the place.
Yeah, you're playing "Sweet Child of Mine." This is great. The guy's
Okay,
great.
all right,
I
all
just
right.
drop major cash when I leave there because I'm like, you're the best. So anyway,
He's awesome. I think he's a fan of the show too.
yeah. So anyway, so he knows the place.
Piano man.
All right, so, okay. Now, we just sat down. We just got drinks. The table over here, all right, they're on the dessert course portion of their meal. They're wrapping things up. What's coming next? Bananas Foster.
Of course.
Bananas Foster comes out with a working station
Right.
with a hot plate pan where you can turn on a burner and you're going to fry it up at the table there. You know what I mean? It's tableside service. The Bananas Foster takes care of all 4 people at the table. They make this one dessert. Boom. I'm not sure the liqueur or the liquor that they pour on top of this. Then they catch it on fire.
Sure. I think it's cognac.
Okay. When they do this, for the first time, he's flipping it around and everything, and then he adds more. And I see a little bit splatter on the floor, and he kind of stamps it, taps it out. Sure. I mean, no big deal. The next time he does it, there's this big fireball that kind of flips out the back. This woman has kind of like a fuzzy jacket that's draped over the top of her chair. And on the bottom arm, there's like a little cuff. You know what I mean? The cuff is a fuzzy or different cuff, right? Well, this fire lands, this glob of burning fire lands right on the cuff of the jacket. All right? Now, the guy preparing the foster does not see this.
Oh, no.
The woman at the table does not realize this is going on. And I look over and I'm like, oh, God. Like, this whole thing's going to go up in flames because their jacket's on fire, right? And nobody knows it but me because I'm the only one who's got the angle on this stuff. Then the guy sees it, takes a glass of water, dumps it on her jacket. So I'm just like, whoa! You know, I'm like, I was the only one who really saw it except for him. But I've been seeing it. I've been seeing this for like 3-4 seconds. I'm like, is he going to put that? Do I need to get up? And then he, he got it. Okay. You know what I mean? I'm kind of like teetering on like, do I get up and try to stomp this jacket out or what? And he finally saw it.
I think you just say something. Hey, your jacket's on fire.
I mean, because this was a really elegant looking foretop of people.
Sure, it's a nice restaurant. They're out Friday or Saturday.
They
right?
probably go there every night. You know,
Right.
This is my once a year or some experience where they look like they go all the time. But they're just, like they're that.
Not anymore.
No, but it was. I just never saw anybody like kind of catch on fire at a restaurant.
It's funny because I've ordered a ton of not a ton, but a decent amount of bananas Fosters. I'm not sure I've ever seen the flames jump out.
No, because they're not supposed to.
I think they would have just burned out.
That's the whole point.
I think they would have just burned out on their own if they hadn't reached the jacket. Like by the time it hit the floor, it might have always evaporated. Because it seemed like that's what was happening. Like as the droplets was flying, like it wasn't hitting the ground and burning. You know what I mean? But when it hit that jacket, man, and I looked to see if it was like that hit the jacket in for a minute because it was like a blue flame. You couldn't really see it, and all of a sudden it went. And I was like, oh yeah, jacket's on fire. That's crazy. It looked like, those shaggy dogs look like they could be a good thing you could drive.
Like a mop, yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of like what the jacket was like.
Well, it was white, so nobody will notice the burn stain.
Exactly. What happened in the establishment/store? 206-421-ROCK.
The motto for world-class competition has always been faster, higher, stronger. It's the same for Navien, makers of condensing tankless water heaters. Faster to install and set up. Higher performance and efficiency to provide endless hot water. Stronger with the industry's strongest warranty. All because of the copper-free stainless steel heat exchanger built in every unit. Learn about Navient's condensing tankless water heaters and find a Navient contractor at tanklessmadesimple.com. That's tanklessmadesimple.com.
So I just left the house to go pick up my kids, and 10 minutes later, I got a motion alert from Ring. My alarm was going off. I open up my app, and there's this guy running out the front door. I didn't know who he was. Before I could do anything, I got a call from Ring.
This is Jordan with Ring Alarm Monitoring. I'll send the police right over.
My name's Nadine, and Ring helped save my house from a break-in.
Protect your home today with Ring Alarm. Go to ring.com/safety. That's ring.com/safety.
The men's room is in progress. 99.9 KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle.
Police are looking for a woman who went to a Bay Ridge grocery store in Brooklyn, New York. Customer who appeared to have a bad case of bubble guts was caught on the grocery store surveillance system relieving herself on the floor. Video went viral after it was uploaded to Instagram.com by comedian Michael Rappaport. Video shows the middle-aged Caucasian woman wearing a white top and baby blue shorts walking in the frozen food section. She is then seen squatting next to a frozen food display case, relieving herself on the floor. And after doing so, the woman stands up, looks down at what she's done, and then just basically walked away. Many said the woman had a bad case of diarrhea, couldn't make it to the store's restroom. Others believe she has a weird fetish for pooping in public places. Our question, what happened in the establishment store? 206-421-ROCK.
Hello, Ken. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Sorry about that, gentlemen. I'm just walking out of the store. Anyway, it's a wonderful testament. Having worked in retail and grocery stores for like 6, 7, 8 years, just get your stuff and get out. Please don't do anything stupid.
That's a tall order these days, friend.
So anyway, it's one of those days when I was working at a grocery store and I have this nice conversation with a lovely lady and her daughter, and then things get a little awkward when the mother grabs either side of my face, strokes my beard, and says, "Yum, yum."
Yeah, Ken. Ken, you must be a sexy, sexy man, Ken.
Well, let's just put it this way. The daughter was in her 60s. The mother had been about 90-something.
That's all right. So what? What do you mean, so what? If a dog could talk and he walked by and said, dude, you're one good-looking man, you'd be like, thanks, dog.
Well,
I appreciate it.
I figure it's got to be someone who probably has some cognitive issues to find me that attractive. But anyway, I'll still take it as a win.
Yeah, absolutely.
So how was the sex?
Well, I mean, I'm going to deny it because, I'm married and, we're on radio. But
Right, yeah.
Would your wife even be mad if you said she was 90? Like, hey, man, I cheated on you. But the woman was 90 years old.
Ken, your wife knows you're not a sex symbol. She's out in public. She knows no one looks at you. Right?
Also, Ken, the correct answer is no, I didn't have sex with her. Not, I'm going to deny it because I'm on the radio.
Right. Yeah. That sounds more like an admission.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Dad.
right.
Thanks for looking out for me, brother.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, Ted, your coach on how to not sound guilty.
Right.
What happened in the establishment store? 206-421-ROCK.
Hello, Melissa. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
It's Melissa from Maui. I've been listening to you guys forever, and I like calling every once in a while.
How's Maui treating you?
Oh, it's terrible here. No one should come here for a long time.
Yeah, is that right? Is that what you're saying? Do you still have do you still have your beagle, Melissa?
He's turning 9. He's still kicking.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's not like sunshine.
That dog ever lose any weight?
A little bit.
All right, good. It needed to.
It's Hawaii. He's got to have a beach bod, man.
Exactly. Probably just eating fish and fruit at this point. All right, well, what happened in the establishment store?
Yeah, so I was actually a waitress at Uno's at Union Station in D.C., and we had a manager, who was getting fired. We weren't exactly sure of the exact reason, but he was known to sexually harass the wait staff, so we were all glad to see him go. And so he goes up to one of those, big waiter, round things that hold all the food that you have to prop up on a wood stand, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And it was full of 4 deep dish pizzas still in the cast iron, still pretty hot. And he went up to one of those and just completely flipped it over, marinara sausage. Everyone went quiet. It was super loud, and one of the waiters who just got out of jail a few months prior to that, picked him up and threw him damn near to the Amtrak entrance from there. It was the best day at work ever. It was
wow, that's exciting.
I had to clean it up, but I was so glad to see that guy go. But I was I'm not letting this guy ruin any tips for me today. Are you kidding me with this? So.
Yeah. What do the customers say after? I mean, do they ask you hey, what just happened?
Yeah, some of them were just oh my gosh, what just happened? Who was that guy? I'm like, oh, don't worry about it. Can I get you a cookie to go? Or anything like that. You kind of don't really acknowledge it. But it was just, we all had to clean it up. But it gets so busy there, and people started clapping. People at the bar were whooping and hollering. And
of course.
Yeah. But it's just for that to be the most exciting day. Every day was pretty crazy because,
It's crazy, but it's not exciting. You're just busy.
Right.
What, Melissa, on a different note, what's going on in Hawaii right now? Are people still coming in? Is there still tourism from the Continental? Or we know that Japan was able to allowed tourism from Japan for a while. But
yeah, you have to quarantine for 14 days. So people are pretty strict about that. Locals will call you out if you're breaking quarantine because they don't want you getting people sick here. Because we don't have as many of the resources here. A lot of the people here are elderly, but you get a lot of local or a lot of mainlanders who come in thinking that this is their getaway, this is their paradise. Who
has 2 weeks? Who has 2 weeks just to sit in a hotel room without doing anything?
To afford in Hawaii, right? I'm going to spend 2 weeks in Hawaii and not do anything.
Those rich, entitled people.
And I was going to ask you, as far as, do you know of any celebrities that are quarantining there? If you go to the North Shore of Maui, it's Willie Nelson, Woody Harrelson, all those guys living next door to each other. Do you ever see any of those guys?
No, I don't really go out that often, but from what I'm seeing there, I don't think Woody Harrelson is here per se.
I would be seeing.
I heard Willie Nelson's around, though.
If I had a house in Hawaii.
Yeah, that's where I'd be.
And we're going through all this stuff. You know what I mean? I'm going to Hawaii.
There's no doubt about it.
Well, yeah. That's it. If I had 3 or 4 pieces of property.
Whether this was going on or
celebrity, whatever. I'm in Hawaii.
Yeah, but if I have a house in Hawaii, I probably have a dope house in the States, too.
Of course.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I'm out of my ranch in Montana.
Yeah, but the problem is, how long this goes on. I don't want to be in Montana in the winter if I still have to hold up. Hawaii, it's going to be the same day every day, right?
Right. True.
And if you're in the entertainment business, more than likely you're not working right now. Willie Nelson's not on tour. Woody Harrelson's not filming movies. I mean, what the hell else are you going to do? You know what I mean? Why did you buy the place? Go there.
Yeah, that's why I would be there.
Exactly. Be like, all right. What happened in the establishment store? 206-421-ROCK.
Hello, William. Welcome to the men's room.
Liquor and whores, gentlemen.
Liquor and whores.
So story starts off, I was working at a tire shop. A couple comes up to us and drives up into the driveway of their car, asking to get a tire replaced. However, they fortunately didn't have the money to pay for it at the moment, so they had to pull off the property real fast to see if they can get money transferred. A couple minutes later, the woman runs up the driveway telling us to help. So we go down there, and the guy is laid out half in the car, half on the ground, like shaking foam from his mouth and everything like that.
Which half of him is hanging out of the car? His torso or his legs?
Yeah, so his lower torso, his torso down to his feet was still in the car, and his upper body was just hanging out on the curb.
Jesus, okay.
So was he overdosing?
Yes. So we went over there and we rolled him over a little bit, and he had a needle in his leg.
Jesus.
Still. Unfortunately. And we didn't ask any questions. And we called the police, or not called the police. We called an ambulance. They came. They gave him a shot of something. And
Narcan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And eventually he came to, and he just threw some water in a wet cloth. But I think the more awkward part of that is the fact that he still had to sit in the car while we worked on their vehicle.
He's lucky to be alive.
Yeah, probably. He did not look well at all after they came.
Yeah, I think if you need Narcan to revive you, you're not going to look great right on the other side of that.
No.
That's my guess. Anyway.
Yeah. Didn't you tell a woman to get the needle out of her butt downtown?
Yeah, I was walking into work when our old studios, and I lived in Belltown. So I'd walk the same route pretty much every day. And I want to say it was 8th Avenue. Right now, 8th Avenue has been redeveloped, so there's skyscrapers and stuff. But at the time, there was an abandoned motel, a couple other just low buildings that are boarded up. And she's kind of in the doorway of one. And the doorway's a little bit recessed from the street, but it's still a doorway, so people can still see you, right? So, but she has her back. There's no real traffic at this time, but she has her back to the street, and she has her hands against the wall, and you can see she's kind of teetering back and forth. She's obviously in it, but then her pants are down, not all the way, but down enough so you can see her ass clearly. And in her ass is the needle still hanging out. So I walked by, and I'm like, all right, let me just go back. Like, hey, man, I'm like, I don't care about your problems. Take the needle out of your ass. Like, all right.
My bad.
And then walked. I feel like that's the least I can do.
There
right?
was in the last building, too, there was a guy who he had a kit, like a Dobb kit, like you would take traveling. And it opened up with a zipper, and it was like a leather case.
Yeah.
And he just sits down. He's got his spoon. He's got his propane. He's
just a very organized.
Yeah, and he just sits there and ties up, does it, puts his stuff in his case, zips it up, walks the hell away.
Yeah, kind of like, okay, I can respect that. Actually, Castle told me he and, we used to call him Sergeant Hair Club. He's now called Special Sauce, the Sauce Man. But they were coming back from somewhere. And again, this is the old building. And in the old building, you had to walk up a few stairs to get to the front door. And he said there's this old homeless woman. She's sitting in the middle of the stairs, and she's masturbating.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
feverishly,
and she does not care that the Sauce Man and Castle are rolling. Like Castle's like, it's disgusting, and he goes, I had to walk around her. Like she was like made eye contact. She's just like, I'm getting after her, buddy. So it's like
make my own sauce.
Right? Are you the Sauce Man?
Looks like the back of our wall now. What happened in the establishment store? 206-421-ROCK.
God, that's gross.
Hello, Mike. Welcome to the men's room.
Whap.
Hola.
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 Whap. You can really smell the ocean up here today.
Must be low tide.
So,
there?
Yeah, we're here. Yeah, sorry, man. So what happened in the establishment store?
So me and my buddy became regulars at the local bowling alley. Of course, we didn't go there to bowl. We went there to drink.
All right.
So one day we're down there, and the bartender's hooking us up, and she's pretty much overfilling all of our shots, and she says to us, "Have you guys ever had a flaming Dr. Pepper before?" And we go, "No, we haven't had one." And she goes, "Okay, you take this shot, you light it on fire, and drop it in a beer, and chug it." We're like, "Cool, we're game." So she lights my shot on fire, and as I pick it up, it actually spills all over my hand and caught my hand on fire.
How bad was it?
It wasn't bad. I got it out quick enough to where it didn't end up burning. So
yeah.
But
have you ever tried one again?
Every time I went back after that, she was always like, "Hey, you're the guy I set on fire."
I'm glad that's how you can remember me.
We went through a phase where we drank them.
Yeah.
But I was always under the impression you had to blow it out before you drank it.
You are supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you drop it into the drink just to make sure.
But I feel like bartenders neglect to mention that a lot. And I don't think they're doing it on purpose. I just think they assume that you're smart enough to know that you don't want to just drink straight fire.
Well, and sometimes I wonder if the bartender knows how to make it correctly, because it's a drop shot.
Right.
So if you see somebody going to shoot it, you should be like, no.
Drop it.
Yeah. I've seen two things.
What happened to your buddy with that?
I've seen two things at the bar when something caught on fire. First one was a guy who was doing a flaming Dr. Pepper, my buddy Chad. I don't know what happened. I believe he blew it out because we all did it. He dropped it in. I don't know if the shot spread out around the ring of the glass,
right,
and the beer didn't rise up enough. He grabs the glass, takes this big chug. You can see the flames shooting out of his mouth. And then, like Fangora blood out of the corners of his mouth, like he burned both sides of his corner of his mouth. It's like a drip coming down to his chin on each side. That was pretty funny because it really did look like he had Halloween costume paint on all the time. The other was a guy. This was at the VFW, and the bartender was that guy. I mean, he was that guy. He was like Uncle Rico meets. There's a guy at a bar, and I'll tell you off the air because he might listen to the show, but it's a combination of these two. A little bit of cocktail in him, a little bit of Uncle Rico.
At the VFW?
At the VFW, yeah. He's a veteran.
He got fired from the Legion?
He's a bartender. He weighed about 140 pounds. He was 6'3". He smoked 9 packs of cigarettes a day. He's this guy. The guy sitting beside me was sipping bourbon, all right? His date, wife, whatever, they're both in their probably 60s or whatever, is beside him drinking wine or something like that, right? So she's smoking, she has an ashtray. The guy's all the way down at the end of the bar and sees her reach into her purse for a cigarette. Well, Johnny Utah over there flicks his Zippo, all right? The Zippo flies past her, hits his shot. He must have had some alcohol on the outside of his shot that he was sipping on. Completely set his drink on fire. I mean, and the whole thing kind of like, poof, it was like just went up. And I was like, and he jumped back, man, and then she lit her cigarette off of his burning.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah.
I like that part.
Yeah, because she was like, I don't care. It's VFW. I don't care. What happened in the establishment store? 206-421-ROCK.
I had a buddy that used to be the bartender. Do you guys ever belong, like the Knights of Columbus?
Yeah.
So he was the bartender there. But it's, Knights of Columbus, basically the same.
Yeah, it's the same general kind of vibe, man. It's not a flashy place.
Right. I mean, you're talking canned beers only. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I haven't seen a bottle, and there's like 5 bottles behind the bar. But same thing. He took a lot of pride in being the bartender there. So one day it was like a holiday. I think it was like Christmas Eve, and he's like, I'll open it up for you. He opens it up, and it's like moths to a like a light. I don't know how to explain it, but like 5 regulars just show up out of nowhere. And I'm like, did they hear you unlock the door? Like, how did they know?
1001.
Right?
What happened in the establishment store? 206-421-ROCK.
Hello, Rain. Welcome to the men's room. Hello, Rain.
Hola.
Hope everybody's having a positive Friday.
Positive Friday.
Positive.
Always got to be positive. Okay, so I used to work in Pioneer Square, and if you're really familiar between the intersections of 3rd and 2nd and Yesler, you kind of know what the crowd we're talking about here.
That's where Tats is, yeah.
Fantastic people. So every once in a while, we would get some either people on drugs, homeless people, or we like to call them transients because we don't know what's going on. They would hop into our store, and a multitude of things would occur, whether it was them punching customers just randomly as they wanted to come in and do whatever they are doing, or this one lady who was a frequent, she always came in and stole our merchandise, And then a couple of times she came in and was like, everyone's the devil and y'all need Jesus, and drop drawer right in front of everybody.
Oh, all right. And I bet you everyone cried out, Jesus.
She is not the best looking women, I will say that for sure.
No, you could. I'm telling you, man. You could take a camera and walk from one end to third to the other. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it would be like a 15-minute highlight reel of people approaching you. You wouldn't have to do anything.
Yeah, just stand in one place.
Just walk down the street, man. It'd be at least 15 minutes of something going on.
And the most normal question you'll get is, can I bum a cigarette? But only 2 people are going to ask you that. But every other question these people ask you is so strange.
Yeah.
Hey, brother, let me ask you something. How about no? That's generally my response. Right, I don't want to have a conversation.
Last one was, give me a smoke. I don't have any cigarettes. Give me your pizza. I just bought the pizza.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, give me $1 then. I'm like, I don't have $1.
Like, can I just eat my pizza?
How about, sir, do you have $1 I could borrow? Not, give me $1. Give me a smoke. Give me your pizza.
Give me your clothes.
Right, exactly.
Give me some ass.
That's when it gets so comfortable.
Give me a hug.
Bring it in. Come on.
What in
I'll pull my pants up.
Long ones.
Act like you love me.
What happened in the establishment store? 206-421.
Honestly, I was walking to a corner store this morning, and there's a guy in front of me, and you know that stance of like the person that's going to say something to you.
Of course.
Right? So same thing, and he adjusts like his bandana to point it at me. So, I'm keeping my stride, right? I've lived in cities my whole life. And as I walked by him, he blew me a kiss.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Congratulations, Ted.
You know me. How you doing, brother?
Probably pick me up.
I think, yeah. What happened in the establishment store? 206-421-ROCK.
Hello, Eric. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola.
So, few handful of years back.
Uh-oh. Okay.
All that time wait.
Eric, do us a favor, man. Call us back. Your phone just took a...
You could hear that as soon as he started talking.
Oh, yeah. As soon as we get there. All right.
Good times. Our question, what happened in the establishment store? We'll take a quick break and come back with more of your calls right after these.
I need a change. You've been cold to me too many times. You're wasting money. You're a leaker. So I'm replacing you with a new Navien tankless water heater. No more cold shoulders, no more leaks, just spa-like comfort and Navien peace of mind. And oh, I want you out today.
When you're ready for a change, ask your plumber about Navien or visit tanklessmadesimple.com.
Count on